Hey guys, it's me, Carly, coming at you with another video. And I just thought I'd make a video because I'm going a little stir crazy with this quarantine going on, and the state of Wisconsin has closed everything down till April 25th, or is it the 24th? Either way, I'm going crazy. I'm kind of losing track of days, but luckily for me, I have my online class, which started a week late due to this COVID-19 crap going on. And so everyone, stay healthy. Don't touch your eyes because I think people tend to forget that you can catch stuff through your eyes and because your eyes are an opening to your face. So keep your hands clean, keep your face clean. Don't touch your face, even though I have a bad habit of doing that. Just stay clean, eat healthy, eat very healthy. And don't hoard up on toilet paper because this isn't a virus that makes you shit. So, yeah. Anyways, I thought it would be fun to come back with another anti-Damon video. And so I came across this BuzzFeed article on Facebook stating 22 reasons why Damon was the better brother and not Stefan. And this article alone just the title of the article alone made me cringe. Because, well, it sucks. And if Damon really was a good brother, he wouldn't have entered into a relationship with Catherine. He wouldn't have, who was raping his little brother. He wouldn't go around killing people, putting Stefan in harm's way. Because all Stefan, was trying to do was live his life, and then Damon shows up into town, starts murdering people. And, he hit on Elena while she was with Stefan. He sired Elena. He molested Elena. He, took it, he didn't let Elena go even after the sire bond. Even after he found out about the sire bond, and also claimed that Damon was a better friend than Stefan. Even though Damon, any relationship involving Damon just, yuck. Any friendship or relationship involving Damon just grosses me out. But I'm here to debunk. Now, just know that I only, made it partway through season 4 of The Vampire Diaries because the whole sire bond thing kind of just, the whole sire bond was just really rapey and gross, and she had human feelings, which is not the same as being in love. And I don't, Damon fans, I really don't get your logic. Look, okay, reason 1, it says, and I'm reading this off a BuzzFeed article. Look, I know y'all are gonna come at me saying Damon was a cold-blooded killer, but are we really going to pretend Stefan wasn't? So this is referring to Ripper Stefan. For the record, being a Ripper is not a choice. Being a Ripper is pretty much the equivalent to being an alcoholic or a drug addict. And, yes, Stefan became the Ripper of Monterey. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's by the century's end, they were calling you the Ripper of Monterey. And Stefan was trying to stay sober, trying not to kill people, was trying to find alternative methods, and people claim that Damon was trying to teach him moderation. But can we please, act as though that, ugh. And so when they are in Stefan's old apartment, where he has a list of murderers, list of his victims on a wall, which is kind of creepy. But for the record, Klaus is also fucking weird because Klaus writes letters to his victims, which he's got like a millennium worth of victims, okay? So, like, Stefan putting victims' names on a wall and then Klaus writing letters, I don't know which is creepier, but that's, like, really fucked up. But I feel like it's a way to assuage Stefan's guilt, because Stefan does feel bad. And yeah, Stefan has eaten children. Stefan has eaten women. And people say Stefan's a rapist, but, like, have you seen Damon's behavior? But Stefan doesn't go around killing people because he's sad. Like, I would rather watch Stefan be the Ripper and watch his psyche break, because he went and murdered, like, he accidentally was feeding and enjoying it so much that he accidentally decapitated someone, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and he tries to put the body back together, whereas Damon went and, like, every time Damon has gone out and killed someone, it's because some woman hurt his feelings, or it's because he's sad, or it's because he's angry. Oh, like, Catherine doesn't like you anymore, so what do? You go and hit on Elena and try to, like, pretty much rape her. You grope her, you kiss on her, and then when she rejects you, when Elena rejects you, after Catherine just rejected you, you go and kill Jeremy without even knowing he's wearing the ring, and you act as though Elena shouldn't hate you, and you act like you're entitled to her affection after you literally murdered her brother. Sorry. Just Damon, I don't get people who go to the ends of the earth to defend Damon. Ugh! But, yeah. But let's not act like Damon didn't kill people because he was pissed. Number 2. In fact, Stefan was arguably worse than Damon. We don't have exact numbers, but we do know that Stefan had multiple decades long Ripper binges while Damon mostly fed and let people go. Okay. Stefan, once again, is the Ripper. Being a Ripper is not a choice. Being a Ripper is being an addict. And once again, when Stefan did try to sober up, Stefan states, and I quote to Elena, I'm a Ripper, Elena. A Ripper doesn't stop. It's like leaving a bottle of whiskey around. Or in season 1, when he gets the idea from Catherine, because Catherine's been drinking vervain to build up an immunity to it, and he thinks that if he drinks human blood, he can build up an immunity to that and help his Ripper side. But being a Ripper is not a choice. And don't act like Damon wasn't there taunting him and egging it on to go encouraging Stefan to go and drink from people. As of, like, every bad thing that happens, Damon has been there. Or, like, almost every bad thing. Because Damon encouraged it. Damon was like, if you just had moderation. It's like telling a drug addict to go and just build up your immunity to cocaine. Like, I don't know another comparison to that. Or telling an alcoholic, oh, you can just get it from two bottles a day. Like, in Arrow, when Quentin is drinking 2 bottles of wine, and him and Laurel are the alcoholics of the family, and Laurel goes, we're alcoholics, Dad. There's no such thing as 2 drinks a day. because Laurel's an alcoholic and the ableism towards her, and then Damon being ableist towards Ripper Stefan, as if Damon isn't going around leaving a bottle, just a glass of blood, a glass of human blood for Stefan to drink, just to tempt Stefan because he thinks it's funny that his brother was suffering from an addiction. Stefan has an addiction. And yes, he does feel remorse. Unlike Damon, who just jerks off to killing people. And then Damon really tried to teach Stefan moderation. Okay, because Damon doesn't get pleasure out of killing people, even though he's like, I kill, and I can't be who I want. I can't be with the woman I love because I enjoy killing people. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. But Damon's a good brother who taunts his Ripper brother. Being a Ripper is not a choice. I have to fucking reiterate that. Being a Ripper is like being an alcoholic. It's like being a drug addict. It's an addiction. It's not a choice. He works really hard not to be the Ripper. And Damon just comes in and taunts him. Let's not act like Damon doesn't taunt Stefan, who's trying not to drink human blood, because it messes with his mind. Okay, besides that, Damon is the one who turned Damon into a vampire in the first place. Damon wanted to die a human, but Stefan killed their father. Okay, and then forced Damon to drink vampire blood. Okay. Stefan tooted king of letting people make their own decisions. He didn't let Damon decide whether he wanted to become a monster. Okay, maybe Stefan did turn him because he didn't know the full effects or the consequences of being a vampire. But Damon was already drinking vampire blood was already drinking Catherine's blood. Like, he didn't need to be compelled to drink Catherine's blood. He didn't need to be compelled to turn into a vampire. He, did things that would lead up to him turning into a vampire because he wanted to be with Catherine. And so let's not act like Damon is completely the victim in this situation, because it was Stefan who was getting raped by Catherine, which, by the way, Damon entered into a relationship with Catherine just because he had the hots for Catherine. Damon killed people because a woman fucking told him to. Because Catherine told him to. But Stefan did horrible things. And I'm not saying we should absolve Stefan from the terrible things he's done. But let's not act like Damon is just the victim in this situation, okay? Damon was willingly drinking from Catherine, already had vampire blood in his system, and he didn't need compulsion. Both Damon and Emily have confirmed Damon didn't need to be compelled. So, just shut the hell up on that one. Sorry, the worshiping, treating Damon like he's some innocent victim when he's not. You could certainly argue that this makes Stefan responsible for Damon's actions as a vampire. Stefan certainly felt that way, but when Stefan went on the self-hating spiral of it in season 1, Damon told him not to take on that guilt. Okay, but Stefan is a naturally empathetic person. He feels guilty for what he's done in the past. Stefan has never denied anything. But Stefan is not responsible for, a century worth of murdering people. He is not responsible for, Stefan is not responsible for Damon raping people. Stefan is not responsible for Damon molesting, siring, killing people because he's sad and Damon refuses to get a hold of his emotions. And the vast amounts of protection. God, my face is so crooked. I apologize. But Stefan is not responsible for all the terrible things Damon has done. Catherine's not responsible either. So wouldn't technically Catherine be responsible? But Catherine has done 5 centuries worth of terrible things to people. Has betrayed people, has murdered people, she's raped people. Catherine's a rapist, just like Damon. But Catherine isn't turning around and pointing fingers at Klaus. She isn't going around blaming Klaus for all the terrible things she's done. But Damon constantly points fingers at people as if, like, he can't control himself. He just likes to kill people just to kill people. And he's admitted it several times. So, even though he still hated Stefan, he does hate Stefan. Otherwise, he wouldn't have hit on Stefan's girlfriend. He wouldn't have stolen his girlfriend. And I know, like, when I say Damon stole Elena from Stefan, like, well, Stelena fans just act as though Elena's property. But Damon doesn't. Like, he doesn't act like he's owed shit, because when he's not getting what he wants, what is Damon going and doing? He's killing people. And how did Damon meet Elena, by the way? You want to know? He met Elena because he was laying in the middle of the road waiting for his next victim. And the only reason he didn't kill Elena is because she had Catherine's face. Because she was the dead ringer to Catherine. And by the way, Nina and Ian don't have chemistry. Like, at all. Damon was legitimately a good brother. He was constantly bringing Stefan out of his moods and spirals. Or, making him worse, because Damon never makes anything better. Damon makes everything worse. He never gave up. He never gave up on Stefan. Like when he had a Ripper relapse in season 1, all of season 3, when he died at the end of season 5. Meanwhile, Stefan gave up on Damon multiple times. Really? Because Damon didn't give up on Stefan? So are we just going to ignore the line where Damon's like, he's gone forever, Elena. He's never coming back. He can't go back to his old self. Because that doesn't sound like giving up. Is leaving a glass of human blood around the house just to tempt Stefan to drink it while Stefan's working out and doing push-ups to cope with his anger and smashing things? Is Damon taunting him? Yeah. Taunting his brother who's an addict? Yep, he is. But yeah, Damon's a good brother, people. Oh, man. For fuck's sakes, people. Like in season 6 when Damon was dead, or after he came out of that weird torture in season 7. But why should Stefan feel bad that Damon is dead? Damon's a rapist. He molested his ex. He molested Elena. He raped Caroline. He has killed multiple people in Stefan's life. And anything bad that happens, it's normally because Damon caused it, and anything that follows is just a chain reaction of Damon's actions. And also, just, on the subject of Stefan spirals, see, you keep talking about Stefan spiraling. Stefan was moody 365 days a year, while Damon was actually fun to be around. Stefan is not really moody. I mean, if I had an addiction that made me want to go around killing people and drinking people's blood until I accidentally decapitate them, or I've caused several deaths and pain, I'd be a little bit moody too. Because Stefan, unlike Damon, has a conscience. And Stefan doesn't do terrible shit just to do terrible shit. He is forced into situations that make him do terrible shit. Okay, who made him turn off his who encouraged him to be the Ripper of Monetary and was egging Stefan and not respecting Stefan's wishes not to feed on people? Damon. Who was it that killed Caroline? Or not Caroline. Who was it? What the fuck? I forgot where I was going with that. I'd want to hang out with Stefan. Because at least with Stefan, he takes me to the top of... If I was his girlfriend and he loved me like Elena, he'd take me to the top of the Ferris wheel. Like when he compelled the guard. He took me on a motorcycle. He took Elena on a motorcycle ride. Damon is not fun to be around. Like, Lexi said it. Why don't you... Like, Lexi, why don't you like me? And then Lexi's like, have you met you? You're not a nice person. I mean, with Stefan, he took Elena on a motorcycle ride. He took her to the top of the Ferris wheel for a romantic getaway. He took her on a getaway hike up to a cabin where they had fun together. They do couple stuff together. And what does Elena do? They have sex and argue. And Damon kills people because he's sad. But because Damon smirks and cracks jokes and I can't even do it. He does all of these things. You want to be around him. But Stefan is bratty, but Damon is the one who sits around, gets drunk, comes to your house, gropes you, kills your brother because some woman broke his heart. Some woman hurt his feelings. But yeah, Damon's super fun to be around. Okay. Which meant Damon was rightfully way better liked by our mains. Who was Stefan even friends with? Elena and Caroline? And he dated both of them. Damon dated both of them too. But he raped Caroline, but I guess we're just going to ignore that for the sake of Caroline's annoying. Sorry. My camera's fucking flipped and I hate it. My phone's almost dying, so I gotta finish this up. Who was Stefan friends with? Elena, Alaric, Bonnie, Enzo, and Riz. Okay, but why would the main characters like Damon? Caroline doesn't like him because he literally raped her. Compelled her, abused her, fed on her, tried to kill her multiple times. He left Bonnie. He didn't listen to Bonnie, so when they were trapped in the underworld, so she was stuck and he left her to get tortured by Kai, and then when Bonnie came back, she made sure to make sure he felt the pain she felt. Sorry, my throat's really parched. But yeah, Stefan's terrible to be around. And he has killed Jeremy multiple times. He's maimed Jeremy. He's done terrible things to Jeremy, but a head at playing video games and a hug are not going to make up for the shitty things you've done to Jeremy. Like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, and he's such good friends with Alaric that he turned Alaric's wife, Elena's biological mother, he killed Alaric's wife, turned her into a vampire, had sex with her, and when he finds out that it was Alaric's wife that he did this to, does he, apologize to Alaric? Does he, say sorry to Alaric? No! Instead, he gloats and rubs it in Alaric's face, which, why is Alaric even friends with this gross fucker? Sorry, I really hate Damon, and I violently hate him. Like, when Elena's mindset gets psychotic, I feel like I'm Elena with my mind in psychotic mode. And he killed Aaron's family, and then killed Aaron because he thought Elena broke his heart. You ever notice how Damon is always killing people after a woman hurts his feelings? It's really annoying. And Stefan smashes furniture. But Damon is the fun one to be around. Oh, yeah, and he snapped Alaric's neck. He's the reason Vicky is dead. Yes, Stefan is the one who had stabbed Vicky, but it's because Damon turned her out of boredom. Because he's a petty jackass like that. Okay, number 8, I kind of just covered it. Damon was a way better friend than Stefan. One minute, please. Wrong cabinet. Damon was a better friend than Stefan. Well, he killed Alaric twice, snapped his neck because he's petty. He banged Alaric. He turned Alaric's wife. He killed Alaric's wife, turned her into a vampire. And then, instead of being apologetic about it, he was rubbing it in Alaric's face. Like, it's hurtful. But yeah, Damon's a better friend. He murdered Jeremy. He goes out and murders people. He forced DELENA to kill Connor. He made Elena shut off her humanity. And yes, he made her because she couldn't say no, because she was sired to him. And it's just that yet Damon's the better friend. Stefan is the one who respects choices. And I know I've said that, and I've been accused of being, like, I support people committing suicide. Like, yes, Damon fans have actually told me that I'm not supposed to be touching my eyes. Sorry. Okay. Or when he let Elena erase all of memory of Damon from her mind. Well, I'd want to erase my memories of Damon too, because Damon's a piece of shit. And he's a rapist, and he's a child molester, and he's a sexual predator. Like, let's not act like Damon didn't take Elena across state lines. A minor, and he's supposed to be an adult. But, like, Damon's a better friend. And even if Stefan didn't turn Damon into a vampire, Damon probably would have been okay with becoming a vampire if it had been Catherine who turned him, because it was Catherine's blood who turned him. Okay. Oh, number 9. Damon was legitimately nicer to Caroline in season 5 than Stefan was. Okay, well, I didn't make it to season 5. But, sorry, I was messaging my boyfriend. Then Stefan was, and Caroline and Damon hated each other. Remember at Caroline's mom's funeral when Stefan basically said he didn't want to be with her? Meanwhile, Damon used Liz's eulogy to remind Caroline how oh my god, okay, I'm sorry, that's just nauseating. Okay, then if you go and watch the scene where Stefan is like, this is not the right time for us to be together, because Stefan did want to be with Caroline, even though Steroline on paper sounded like a good idea, because to me, Steroline worked better, like, Steroline was a better bromance and was a better platonic friendship. But then Damon is like, Oh, yeah, Caroline, you're super special. Are we just gonna ignore the fact that he tried to kill Carolyn multiple times, didn't apologize? He wiped her memories, he fed on her, and he raped her? So her rapist is telling her how special she is, and, like, none of this is addressed. There's no apology. There's no acknowledgement of the abuse he put Caroline through. And he traumatized Caroline, but Stefan never did that. Even though, sorry, I want to show off my pretty jewelry because my boyfriend got this for me. So, yeah. On how special she was. Stefan didn't force Caroline to turn off her humanity. I don't believe that for a minute. Because it says, let's not forget Stefan's actions forced her to turn off her humanity. Her mom died, and then Caroline was doing terrible things to Stefan and forced Stefan to shut off his humanity. So, yeah. Let's talk about Liz and Damon's friendship. Ugh. Just makes me really not like Liz. All the damn adults on this show are fucking idiots. I'm sorry, but I don't like a majority of the adults on this show. Even when Liz found out about vampires and tried to kill them all, Damon spared her, saying she was his friend, and when she said her daughter was dead, to her, Damon defended Caroline. Okay, but Damon and Liz really shouldn't be friends because, first of all, Liz is a police officer and Damon's a rapist, and Damon raped her daughter and tried to kill Caroline on a multitude of occasions. He tried to kill her when the abuse was found out by DELENA. He tried to kill her when Caroline turned into a vampire. And it's just, them being friends is just so gross to me. And I don't like any of Damon's friendships because Liz should not want to be friends with a psychopathic serial killer who who raped her daughter and then who tried to kill her daughter. Like, the fact that Damon and Liz are friends makes me heavily uncomfortable. And it really bothers me that Liz doesn't find out that Damon raped Caroline. Again, Caroline and Damon did not get along. Okay, there's not getting along with someone because of a change in personalities. But then there's not getting along because someone raped you. And I have to keep reiterating it because, okay, calm down. I'm getting hot and I'm getting pissed. Sorry. I'm getting pissed off because Caroline and Damon didn't get along. Well, I don't know how well people get along with their rapists, but okay. Way to minimize it. I'm not gonna get along with someone if you try to kill me multiple times. And you rape me. And yes, Damon raped Caroline. And to anyone who says they didn't, shut your mouths and glue them shut. Or just don't speak until you get a brain. Because, girl, honey, he raped her. You're not gonna get along with someone who fucking traumatized you. And who has faced no consequences. I'm not going to pretend like Damon did bad things. I'm on number 11, by the way. But half the time he was just doing what he needed to be done. Should have been me who turned Abby. Damon was willing to play the bad guy and take all the blame if it meant people he loved were safe. You misspelled Stefan, sweetie. When DELENA was going to try some sketchy potion to stay alive during Klaus's ritual, he fed her his blood forcibly, by the way. When they had to turn Bonnie's mom into a vampire to save Elena, Damon did it so that Stefan wouldn't have to live with that guilt or take the blame. Okay, because Damon doesn't ever do anything unless he's getting something out of it. When Bonnie was stuck in the prison world and they needed the Ascendian, he compelled Alaric to steal it from Joe. These decisions were unpopular, but they needed to be made. Damon doesn't have to play the bad guy. He enjoys it. And please don't act like Damon did this out of the goodness of his heart. Because he was stuck in the prison world too, and he had no problem leaving Bonnie with Kai. He ignored Bonnie, left her to get tortured, like I said earlier. And he also was the one to turn Abby because Damon just doesn't have a fucking conscience, which is why he was the one to compel Jeremy to forget about Vicky and to forget about what happened with Vicky. But yeah, okay. But he's the cause of all this crap. And Damon doesn't have a conscience. Damon was not willing to lay his life down for Stefan. And Damon doesn't do anything out of the goodness of his heart. At all. Not only was he willing to take the blame, but he was willing to lay down his life for Stefan and Elena and later Bonnie. Then, when Cade tried to kill Stefan and Elena, Damon offered himself up for eternal damnation instead. And when Bonnie tried to save him, he told her he'd let go if she didn't stop because he knew he could kill her. Remember that time he was compelled to go after Jeremy? He asked Jeremy to shoot him in the head, or in the series finale when he compelled Stefan to leave so that Damon could sacrifice himself to kill Catherine. Okay, and Stefan was compelled to feed on Elena. Stefan was compelled to kill Elena, but you know what? Stefan actually resisted compulsion. Stefan he managed to resist Klaus's compulsion. But Damon, when he's compelled by Cole to kill Jeremy, he doesn't even try to fight it. He doesn't even try to resist. He's half-ass at everything. And he never does anything out of the goodness of his heart. So character development, my ass. And he's the cause of all the fucking problems on this show. So killing him would have solved a lot of problems. And he's killed Jeremy multiple times before. But let's not act like Damon's innocent. Because Damon's never innocent, and he never does anything good out of the goodness of his heart. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, my phone's at 3%. And Damon did bad things because they all link back to women. Because some women told him to. Okay, and now the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to discuss Damon and Elena. Stefan got a lot of credit for letting Elena make her own decisions, aka letting her try to sacrifice herself for others. Damon just cared that Elena was alive, even if it meant she hated him. He wanted the best for her. No, Damon never wants the best for anyone. And Stefan, because DELENA fans seem to have selective memory, remember the time when Elena was going to sacrifice herself and her and Stefan had an argument? It's like 30 years is like 50 years is a lifetime to you, but 30 years is a blink of an eye for me. And you deserve to live, Elena. And he didn't threaten Elena with physical violence. They just had a chat. And Stefan was clearly hurt by her decisions, And he spent the whole time telling Elena about vampirism and how it works and how, listen, I will tell you this information, but what you decide to do with it is up to you. But Damon just wants the best for her. Is that why he molested her? When the blood share? Is that why he made her puke blood? And yes, he forced her to puke. Yes, it's his fault he puked blood. She puked blood because she was tired to him. And Damon sucks. If you really couldn't tell, I violently hate Damon. Like, I will openly admit that right now. And yeah, Damon sucks. And I don't care what y'all say. And his fans suck too. Sorry, Damon fans. Or sorry to rational Damon fans, but the majority of the DELENA fans and the Damon fans absolutely suck. Damon only disrespected her wishes when they were dangerous or when she wasn't in control enough to make them. Like when he found out the sire bond was influencing Elena, so he backed off from their relationship despite Elena begging him to stay. Let's not act like Damon wasn't afraid to let her go, because he promised Stefan that she'd let Elena go, but he didn't want to let her go because it would mean the sire bond would work, and it would mean that she might go crawling back to Stefan, which I don't think that's a bad thing. And every time that Stefan saved Damon's life, what did Damon do? He goes and tries to hit on Elena while she's with Stefan. Like, when Elena's like, it's Stefan, it's always gonna be Stefan. Damon. Sorry I keep getting up. But, my phone's dying, so I know that's, like, really distracting. Let's see. It's like, it's always gonna be Stefan. And I'm just like, but then when she tells him that, what does he do? He snaps Jeremy's neck. And it's gross. And I have my iPad and it's on notifications. And so he doesn't respect boundaries. He tries to kill her friends. He rapes her. He molested her. Yeah, blood sharing was molestation. But yeah, Damon's supposed to be this better brother, and you act like Damon is this benevolent person when he's not. It's just so terrible and ugly, and I just can't stand it. It makes my skin crawl. And Damon in general just makes my skin crawl. I can't stand him. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to the BuzzFeed article. And Damon's a better brother? No. Because he only disrespected Elena once. Well, if he really respected her, he wouldn't have gone around killing people and make her bend her morals. Because respectful people don't make you bend your morals. That's just nasty. And it's trashy as hell. And Elena's a piece of shit for not letting Bonnie kill Damon. Or not letting Brandon Quinn's character, as in Lexi's boyfriend, kill Damon either. Well, I think I was on... And he didn't try to resist compulsion like Stefan did. Because Stefan, managed to resist compulsion, and Damon just is a half-ass idiot. And if any of you are on Tumblr, shout out to Initium Series, Zalabar, and my girl Cassandra. Mainly Initium Series and Zalabar. Zal. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right, but I've been watching your Vimeo videos, and you two are hilarious. And yeah. Let's see. I was on 12. He was always willing to lay his life down for Stefan. Okay, yeah, As if he totally wasn't ready to destroy Stefan's life. As if the words, "I promise you an eternity of misery." Because that's being a great brother, because you're a petty asshole. But he cared that Elena was alive, but he, reframes her, he threatens to break her arm, he belittles her, and people keep telling me that I don't support suicide. I've had Damon fans tell me that. But Elena makes her own choices. Elena's a big girl. And Stefan has always trusted Elena to make her own choices, even if he doesn't agree with them. When she has a meeting with Esther, you have to get Stefan to snap Damon's neck just so Elena can go have her meeting with Esther. And yeah, it's important, but it's really annoying. So yeah, Damon only disrespected her wishes when they were dangerous or when she wasn't in control enough to make them. I already read that one. Damon disrespected her wishes when she wasn't in control enough to. He could have gone with her as a bodyguard, but he's just terrible, and he never respects Elena's decisions. Otherwise, he would have stopped kissing on her when she was in a relationship. And he wouldn't have flirted with her, or, But yeah, he's respectful. I'm angry. Okay, 15. But in other circumstances, he let her make her own decisions. First of all, he respected her relationship with Stefan. And when she chose Stefan at the end of season 3 and said maybe it would have been different if she'd met him first, he didn't tell her they actually had met first. He let her go. He respected her relationship with Stefan. Then why was he at her doorstep trying to kiss her? He kissed Catherine, but he kissed Catherine thinking that it was Elena. He went over to Elena's house drunk and tried to force himself on her while she was with Stefan. He tricked her into blood sharing, which is a vampire sexual act, as Julie Plec described it. But Elena doesn't know that, and Julie Plec even said Elena didn't know what she was doing. He tricked Elena into doing a blood share, which, again, is like naked cuddling, while she was with Stefan, instead of helping her with other options. He did the one thing to help her He helped her by also forcing her or tricking her into giving her sexual pleasure. And people are like, but Damon didn't molest Elena. Nah. But he tricked her into doing a blood share. Into doing a vampirism sexual act on him. And people are like, but he didn't molest Elena. And he's not a rapist. When they were in the first season, when she's into Stefan, and he's like, he doesn't even ask, can I kiss you? It's not even an ask, can I kiss you? It's, you're going to kiss me. My face is all fucked up from the junk food, and it looks a hot mess. I really don't like it right now. Sorry. So just ignore my face. So no, he did not respect Elena's wishes. This article is just fucking bullshit, and they have they're their panties are just wet for Damon. I'm sorry, I really can't stand Damon. He respected Elena's decision on whether or not she wanted to remain a vampire, while Stefan kept wanting to change her back to a human so she would be with him again. Okay, well, Stefan may have wanted those things, but he's like, Stefan is like, if I had it my way, I would have a human life with you, but it's your choice. And Damon didn't, and let's not act like Damon sabotaged her chances to get the cure. Because Damon was withholding the cure from her to turn back into human. It's like, well, no, I don't want that for you. So, again, wrong. And he respected her choice to stay in a coma while Bonnie lived. Even though Kai handed him a silver platter. Because because he knew that if Bonnie died, or if Elena died, Bonnie lived, and he wanted Elena to live, and Damon just doesn't do anything out of the goodness of his heart, because he's Damon. Besides, he helped Elena through her transition into a vampire way more than Stefan did. Well, she didn't really... He made sure she didn't become a self-hating mess like Stefan. I don't normally do that, but that... Okay, well, Stefan, once again, has this condition where he is a ripper, where he has killed several hundred people, where he's killed thousands upon thousands of people that he feels guilty for. He's doing it because he can't help it. And Stefan tried to help her because he didn't want Elena to be like him, be a ripper and go around murdering people, because it was an addiction rather than just, oh. But Stefan's a self-hating mess because he doesn't want Elena to kill people, because Elena, remember, guys, Elena is supposed to be this compassionate person, but you act as though Damon is Mr. Innocent. No! He told Elena that she could only drink straight from the bag. Not the bag. The vein. And that she couldn't drink from blood bags or animals, which caused her to puke blood. They went around a college party, like... Also, that scene where Elena, Bonnie, and Damon are at a college party. Like, does that not look hella predatory to you? Damon just looks like a 40-fucking-year-old man. Like, Ian Somerhalder is now 40, but Damon looks like a creepy old dude with terrible hair. Somebody said that his thumb looked like his head was shaped like a thumb with hair and a face on it. I think that's funny. But anyways, he was telling Elena that she could only drink from the vein, which only caused her to drink from a vein. And she couldn't keep blood bags down. She couldn't keep animal blood down because of Damon. And the only reason Damon was able to help her is because of the sire bond. And calling Stefan a self-hating mess, that's ableist as hell. Because I think you'd be a self-hating mess too if you had an addiction to killing people and didn't want to be that way. And he worked hard not to be the Ripper. He worked hard not to and the reason he was self-hating is because he actually has a conscience. Unlike Damon. And yeah, I'm yelling. I'm getting pissed. Oh, and he told Elena to kill Connor, which is... She couldn't say no. And he's the reason Elena shut off her humanity. Because she couldn't say no. She literally couldn't say no. Elena killed Connor because Damon told her to. And she couldn't say no to the sire bond. So she literally killed him because because she had to. She turned off her humanity because Damon told her to. Because Damon said to kill her. to turn off her humanity. And she ended up snapping a waitress's spine, and Damon had to snap Matt's neck. And Stefan is the one who has to calm Elena down, so yeah. He taught her how to actually enjoy being a vampire. Because the first part of her transition went so well because she was puking blood. Super fun. And the only reason she could drink from blood bags is because Damon told her to try again. And magically, she could drink from blood bags. Elena really came to her own after she turned, and a lot of that was because of Damon. Okay. Nah, it's just Julie Pluck's lazy and is just pretty much like a white fangirl stuck in a woman's body who I like would be meaner, but I'm gonna try to keep it nice because I don't respect Julie Pluck. This gift says, I'm not sorry that knowing you has made me question everything. That in death, you're the one that made me feel most alive. Really? Because, Damon, I read this post on Tumblr, and I don't remember who wrote it, but if I can find it, I'll try to remember to link it. But Damon is, a one-time fun dude. He's, doing something with him is fun only once, or doing whatever that thing is fun one time. But then it becomes old after a while, but Stefan's always changing it up. But yeah, okay. Because Damon took Elena to the top of a Ferris wheel. Damon took Elena on a motorcycle ride. Damon took Elena on a hike, talked about life and kids. Damon took Elena up to the cabin. Oh, wait. Those are all Stefan. Overall, both Damon and Elena grew from their relationship. Damon was good for her. Okay, well, this is what love is, guys. Really? So, we're all okay with... So Damon, because he thinks Elena hurt his feelings, even though it was Catherine in Elena's body, which Catherine, by the way, breaking up with Damon in Elena's body was amazing. Damon's a piece of shit, so I'm gonna keep saying that because Damon's a piece of shit. His fans are shitty. His people worship at his altar. We're just gonna act like he didn't molest Elena. We're just gonna act as though he doesn't make Elena bend her morals because she literally is I have to bend my morals again. You fucked up, Damon. Well, she doesn't say fucked up. She says screwed up, but still, same thing. And I just am I don't get this article. Damon does not get better. It's having a bunch of people suddenly become your friends and ass pat you doesn't automatically make you better. And I really can't stand him. And now we're on to the last reason. I know this video is long because I kind of just rambled and just stated my opinion. But on to the last reason. But even after Elena left Damon, continued to become a better man. He grew so much in season 7 and season 8. Okay, I didn't even make it that far because just seeing the last DELENA scene is gross. And the only reason they wanted to have kids, 2 children, is because so mommy and daddy could have more sex, even though you gave all those gross things to Stefan. Owning up to all of his mistakes and helping Stefan move forward in his life. Okay. This is Stefan said he was the better man in his life. He's the better. End of story. But Stefan is one who constantly is a living redemption arc. Stefan is the one who constantly Stefan is the one who
like, go around hiding the fact that he's a killer. Like, you can't talk and keep telling me Stefan lied to DELENA. You're like, how he lied to DELENA? He spent season 1, episode 11, answering DELENA's questions. He let DELENA do what he wanted with that information. He never threatened to break. Yes, he drove over a bridge, but Kennedy was off, and I'm not saying it's an excuse. And he ended up feeling bad, and he beat things up. And Damon's an ableist shitbag. Damon's ableist as hell. Like, sucks. And he's not cute. Damon's an ugly rapist. And he DELENA. And he sired DELENA. And if he respected the relationship between DELENA, he went around hitting on people. Hitting on her. So anyways, guys, I know this is a long video, but that was a lot to get through and I'm got up in between, and I'm sorry. I don't know how to edit, I don't. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.